Hey, what's up, y'all? So I got a clip for y'all, and this act is going at Saweetie. So let's check this clip out.
Wait, I do want to shout out to Saweetie. Sweetie, I like you and I want to interview now. I never want to interview before, I want to interview now. She says she hasn't released an album in 3 years because nobody was caring about her music. And I ain't gonna lie to you, this actually was, it pulled on my heartstrings, okay? It says, 30-year-old rapper, which by the way, damn, I didn't even know she was 30. I thought she was like 23 this whole time. It says 30-year-old rapper, whose real name is Diamante Harper, announced her debut album, Pretty Music, a while ago, and she's now admitted that the real reason it's taking so long, she told Allure magazine, I just feel like nobody was caring about my music. To me, music is sacred. It's coming from your spirit. You can't just go finish an album in a week. That's why it's taking me so long. That's why I haven't dropped an album yet. The record was intended to drop in 2021. However, she announced that she was delaying it to reconstruct some songs. The best friend hitmaker went on to admit she felt like every move was scrutinized and she had given up on herself and felt like quitting. She shared, I don't mean to dampen the mood, but this is realistically how my careers went. We were constantly criticized for every drop. I just felt very insecure. I'm a confident woman, but I was an insecure artist. There's been a lot of times that these past couple of years where I've given up on myself, whether you knew about that or not. I just felt myself giving up, and I don't want to do that no more. I'm gonna be honest with you, Sweetie, I like the fact that you're very realistic, and this actually makes me want to root for you. I've seen hints and traces of this, and I don't know why I thought you were going to come off pompous, arrogant, and combative, especially with people either criticizing your music or criticizing your musical success or lack thereof. But I remember the first thing that told me maybe you're a really humble person was Saweetie, DJ Vlad, where essentially, Vlad had said, yo, if Saweetie did a Vlad TV interview, she would have easily done 10 times her first week sales, which was 2,000 copies. We actually reached out through one of our people and we're told she won't do Vlad. Her loss. Saweetie actually came back and said, actually, I've been a big fan and I've screen recorded my favorite episodes. Here's one of them, dates on the top. So if anyone had reached out, it wasn't me or my team, DJ Vlad. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to be honest with you. That was very shocking that she replied like that to me. She didn't reply to me, but she replied to Vlad, but her reply like that. And to me, it was shocking. And it was shocking because most artists, as I said, the problem we're seeing with Meek Mill, except we're going to have to slay the dragon with Meek Mill. We can't allow this egotistical punk, this pompous asshole, this person who thinks that everybody, needs to be from the trenches and have 50 bodies. And like this guy just basically is saying that no one is on his level just because he's a rapper. The business of the music industry goes where the rapper is not even the third, fifth, sixth highest paid in this entire industry. The rapper is the pawn. So when I see rappers treat everybody beneath them, it's that they lack reality of what this business is. Your label's making more than you. You have the people who are in your JV making more than you. People who have given you publishing deals making more than you. A lot of times, sometimes a manager who has multiple clients make more than you. Sometimes the producer who owns all their IP in terms of publishing makes more than you. And not because you're the face who gets all the Instagram comments means you should on everybody. And when I seen Saweetie and her humbleness, even towards she was getting hammered for selling 2,000 copies, her response to Vlad said, yo, hey, I'm not just some arrogant person who think I'm deserving of this. I'm trying. And you have to respect someone who is trying. Okay? Now, Vlad later then said, oh, okay, you know what it is? One of my coworkers or employees at the time, Shirley Drew, got that answer that you didn't want to with us from a it was from a publicist, and that publicist claimed that it was Saweetie's decision, even though it was not. Okay, later into it, Shirley Drew and Vlad went back and forth, and then Vlad eventually apologized to Saweetie by saying, yo, hey, I apologize for my comment about your mixtape sales. The way you responded, and this is true, showed class and professionalism. I'm honored that you're a fan of Vlad TV, being from the Bay, and I love when Bay artists win and constantly go out of my way to interview them. I'm going to be honest with you. This has given me, and please, Sweetie, if you see this, receive this in the best and humblest way. Half of these women, we know you're going to have your bravado as a female who's attractive, and you might have certain messages and themes in your song that you talk your shit about. But usually those people, like, for example, Young Miami, and I'm not trying to juxtapose you to her or make you feel like you have to have a thought about her, but they have this over-exaggerated ego from their social media reach, from the movement of the city girls that's either from yesteryear or because of, you know, some that, you know, it's just not musical. What you're showing with your humbleness allows people to root for you. And I'm telling you, as a woman, even though you talk your you want to be the underdog. Most rappers, you know why they blow up? It's because they're the underdog. So, you know, not saying don't diminish your ego and like dull your shine if you feel you have one. When you're delusional, right? When an artist comes out and you know by every metric that they're not succeeding or their music isn't doing well, but they're talking like it does, it makes you want to say, okay, I want you to be humbled. So when you see someone who's very aware of what's going on, and that's what you come across to me today as, I want you to win. You know, now granted, I could give you a lot of advice on you winning. I do think you got to sharpen that pen. There's some critique about you using other people's songs and remixing it. And people want to see you come up with an original hit. These are things you could work on, right? These are things that if you really do care about music that much, you eventually will find one. But I think the first thing is first, which I think you've done, is that you've expressed yourself. And again, remember, part of artistry is being vulnerable, is allowing, when you're an R&B singer and you're writing about heartbreak, that song will never be popular unless you're vulnerable enough to express how you felt, what you thought, maybe in a personal situation that you experienced said thing. So again, Saweetie, I just want to give you some, you know, respect and I want to say I'm rooting for you. And a lot of artists would have taken many critique personally and lashed out. I think you're doing the right thing. So I'm actually rooting for you now. And again, we don't necessarily have to meet or have an interview or nothing of the sort, but I do want to be the person who's rooting for you. Okay?
Hey, what's up? So that was Big Ak, as he called himself. So he decided to go as Saweetie and all the other rappers that are females because here's the thing. Ak, he doesn't like Saweetie or Young Miami or most of the female rappers. And I agree with him because a lot of these female rappers are cocky and I don't like their music because all these female rappers, they use ghost writers. So they don't write their own stuff. And as a rapper, you need to be able to say that you write your own raps. And I know that Ak has been going back and forth with Young Miami, Diddy's girlfriend, for a long time now. And he also has been dissing Big Lotto. So make sure to leave a comment and like this video and watch next videos I got for y'all.